Hi everybody, welcome to today's video. Today, Spirit wants to talk about the laws of attraction, which are coming into play in a week or so, or as soon as we get past the Mercury Retrograde that's occurring right now. The tail finishes next Saturday, the 26th of April. So what do we need to do then? We need to have our goals ready to rumble. We need to be aware of what our plan is, what our priorities are, and Spirit is inviting us to really think about the baby steps that we're needing to do to get ready for that. Okay, so we've got a week left. Everything that you do in April is building for the next 11 months. What goal do you want to achieve in the 1 year ahead? Think about that, because we're wanting to achieve different goals every year. We might have long-term goals, that's fair enough. But if we think about and we break them down into smaller goals of monthly or at least yearly, when we work across the year, we are creating a plan that we can do each month. And at the end of the year, we can be like, I achieved that. Because creating a goal that takes a year is actually really exciting, because we don't want to create a goal and get it done in a week. That'd be boring. So Spirit is encouraging us to think of those bigger, more enlightening goals, those more fulfilling goals, and that brings us closer to being to feeling like we're achieving something. You know, we're not just here to live and work and clean house or clean cars or whatever we got to do. Spirit wants us to feel like we're achieving something, and then give us ideas, things that are fulfilling for us. So Spirit wants you to think about that. You've got a week to go. Okay, so here we go. We are going to pick one card for each of the months, and your reading for today is the month of your birthday. Okay, oops, I'm fluffed out. Put it back in. All right, we start with April, because April is the beginning of the energy year. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and one for everyone. Ta-da! Spirit is letting you know that something great is coming your way, like whether that's a new contract, some plan for traveling, whether this is your vision board or your goal that you're holding in your hand. There is something great that is coming your way, and this is going to be really exciting. Okay, but it's entirely up to you. You know, there's those little dandelions down the bottom that are kind of like you blow them, and that gives you your wish. What is your wish? Figure that out. Okay, April, this is about healing. This is about eating well. This is about taking care of your physical self. For whatever reason you have not been doing that, it's time to get into the detail of that. Drinking healthy liquids, drinking, eating healthy food, whatever that might mean for you. April, May babies. You know, May babies, you've got no plan. Spirit's showing you that you're about to fall off off the bridge. You know, what is your plan? You've been thinking, oh, la, 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 la. Spirit's like, come on, you've got to pick one and then start working on it. Baby steps. June babies, you might be feeling a little bit stuck. And this is a really interesting card, because it's always talking about it's your responsibility how you see that stuckness, right? Are you going to stay in that stuckness, or are you going to choose to think of some way to get out of that? And some way of doing that is at least positive thinking, taking out the positive thoughts that are in your mind, writing them down, gets us out of here into the real world and helps you feel really focused. July babies. July babies, you really do not like being told what to do, and Spirit is giving you a little bit of prior warning this week that you might be going to get told what to do about something, and you need to cool down and chill out about it, and it'll be fine. August babies, this is a sense of, is this all am I about? On those stocks there, we have this little list thing here, and this is kind of like she's feeling like, this is all I am about. Here I am stuck in this process, and this is all I can do. But Spirit is saying to you that you can be way more, and there's a lot more for you to do in your life. When you think that you've achieved a lot of goals, there's still more to do. September babies, this card often people think looks a bit scary, but this card is about the going outside your comfort zone and doing things that are quite different and challenging yourself in that way, taking control, and remembering, don't leave things to fate, because fate is BS. That is bullshit. Okay. October. October babies, you are going to start working on a new project with somebody, and it's going to feel really good. You're going to be like, I did not think I was going to be doing this. So that is the power of positive thinking. November babies, time for you to get outside and have a play in the garden. You know, there's something really refreshing about getting out in the garden in the sunshine, even in the rain and the wind. Either one, whichever you've got going on in your life, it just like clears the cobwebs and helps you feel more connected and aware of what you could or should do. December babies, this is the worst is over. There's been a lot of stuff going down for you, and Spirit is saying that they are sending you energy, and with that comes hope, and with that comes strength to get through whatever you're needing to get through at the moment. Some have been hitting it harder than others. January babies. There's no rush. Classic January babies. I am a January baby, and there's a kind of like, oh, I want it, surely it should happen. That energy follows thought sort of thing, where I do that with myself, where I want it to happen straight away. And Spirit is saying there's no rush, just go slowly, because when you rush towards something, you're not planning it out very well. Okay, February babies. Sometimes we are our own worst enemy, which is a bit disappointing, isn't it? Because we're trying so hard. And so Spirit's saying this is kind of knocking your confidence around, making you feel like you are not good enough. And Spirit says, cool story. And actually, the thing that I'm also hearing in my head is Spirit saying, a physical exercise will really help you feel and let go of that sense of I'm not good enough, because you are good enough. And sometimes that comes back to that feeling of not feeling good enough, comes back to a story that we were told when we were little, when we were a little child, you shouldn't, couldn't. And Spirit's going, but you can, because you're a big kid now. Okay, March babies. This is being there for someone, but not being there for someone, which can feel like quite, because we really care about people, but actually cover that up, because we don't need any naked people on videos, do we? But, they were holding hands, and they are there for each other, but they don't have to control. They don't have to be face to face. They don't have to be telling people what to do. It's just allowing it to be how it is, and allowing the other in your life to be. And that could be someone at work who's been kind of annoying, but you care about them. It can be a partner. It could be someone in your family. And it's just being available and letting them have a different perspective to you. And we're not having to fix or control them. And if you're a spiritual person, that's our biggest weakness, is wanting to fix people so that they'll be happy. So on that note, have a wonderful day.